Good morning, ninth class. Yesterday we did a poem Road Not Taken. Let us discuss the poetic devices as well as the question answers of the poem. I'm sharing the screen. Kindly have a look and write all the content in your first copy. Okay. See, these poetic devices which are mentioned here, they are to be written, they are just to be marked in your textbook itself. As I told you, all the poetic devices of the poem to be written on the left hand side in the book itself. Okay. Question answers you'll do in your first copy. Road Not Taken poem. Rhyme scheme is A-B, A-A-B. Okay. Symbolism. Symbolism, there's a lot of symbolism in the poem. First, two roads, okay? This represent two or more choices in our life. Each road leads to a specific place and nature of one's destination depends entirely on the decisions that are made, okay? Yellowwood represents forest in the autumn season. Undergrowth refers to unknown challenges of life. Grassy road refers to less traveled road. Morning refers to a new beginning and the endless possibilities the day ahead has to offer. The next device is anaphora. Line number 2, 3, and 4 of the poem begin with the word and. And when 2 to 3 lines begin with the same word, we consider it as anaphora. Then there is alliteration in the poem. Wanted beer, W sound. First for, F sound, though that TH sound is repeating. So alliteration over here. Then repetition. Ages is repeated in the fourth last line. You may have a look. Then two roads diverged in a wood. This sentence too is repeated in stanza 1 and 4. So we consider it as repetition. Then there is metaphor because roads stand for choices or options that life offers to us. Okay. So just the name of the device. If suppose you're writing alliteration, you may underline wanted beer. You may underline first for. So accordingly, just mention them in the textbook. Now, in the first copy, question answers which you'll be doing here onwards, we begin with that. Where does the traveler find himself? What problem does he face? The traveler finds himself at a point where two roads diverge or bifurcate. Okay. His problem is his inability to decide which path to take to continue his onward journey because it is not possible for him to travel on both the roads at the same time. Discuss what these phrases mean to you. Yellowwood, grassy and wanted beer, passing there. All these are the questions which are there in your book, children. Okay, so one by one we'll discuss. Yellowwood. It refers to forest in the autumn season. Symbolically, it corresponds to the harsh times in one's life when a person is in a dilemma of choosing the right path for his onward journey. Then, grassy and wanted beer. This means that the road was grassy because it was a less traveled road. It was not worn out because very less people had walked over it. It wanted people to move on it. It wanted people to come and explore it. Okay, because this is considered to be a risky track. Risky track, and many people don't walk over the risky track. So this track expects the people to come and explore it. Okay. The third one, the passing there. This refers to the use of the path by the people passing through the forest or even the passers-by. Next, leaves no step had trodden black. It means the leaves had not been crushed under the feet of the travelers and had not turned black because of few people stepping onto them. How way leads on to way? This means how one road leads to another one in our lives. It symbolizes how certain decisions made in our life pave the way for our other later decisions. Okay. Next. Is there any difference between the two roads as the poet describes them? poet in itself is confused. He is in a state of dilemma, and we encounter this as we read the poem. In stanza 2 or 3, and then in the last 2 lines of the poem, what does he mean when he talks about the 2 roads? In stanza 2, the poet talks about, the poet explains the difference between the roads by telling that one was grassy and the other one was non-grassy. He chose the grassy one as many had not exploded. However, at the end of the stanza, he says that both the roads had been almost equally worn out by people walking on them. In stanza 3, he says, on that morning, both the roads were equally covered with leaves and it seemed that none had stepped on them. And in the last 2 lines, what does he say? The poet tells that there was a difference in both the roads and it was his decision to choose the less traveled one, and that had made the difference in his journey of life. What do you think the last 2 lines of the poem mean? The last 2 lines have the quintessence of the poem, okay? The main thought, the main summary of the poem. The poet expresses his opinion and it becomes difficult for a normal human being to change his or her decision once taken. The poet intends to walk on the first road, but he couldn't do so because life doesn't offer multiple chances to choose. The decision taken may mar one's future or lead one to success. Okay, as we discussed the word sigh, it could be a sigh of relief, it could be a sigh of regret. Okay, relief that yes, my decision was right, regret for taking a wrong decision. So you never know what future holds. So this decision makes all the difference. He now repents for not getting a chance to travel on the first road. He himself opted for an unexplored, challenging path because he chose to be a poet, because he wanted to do something different in his life. What is the message of the poem? The message of the poem is to make people aware of their analytical skills. The poet wishes to say that choices should be made carefully and thoughtfully. One should behave responsibly because life doesn't offer multiple choices, multiple chances every now and then. Next, according to the poem, how does the poet feel about his or her decision in the end? The speaker of this poem is Robert Frost himself. He is thinking about a career decision he made many years ago. He had to make a choice between seeking a secure profession, which would enable him to live in comfort and also guarantee success in life, as we discussed yesterday, or to devote himself to poetry and live a simple life close to nature. Same like the poet, many of us don't know whether to trust our instincts and go ahead with the pursuit of our dreams. Frost chose to devote his life to his poetry. The poet doesn't appear to regret the choice he made, but he sounds wistful in the last, as if he wishes he knew what his alternate life would have been like if he had taken the other road. Okay, then last question. What is the theme of the poem, The Road Not Taken? It's an important question. Robert Frost's Road Not Taken deals with the complexities of life. Life and its ways are never woven in a straight line. Life provides many options. The web of life consists of many paths and subways. Naturally, these complexities of life confuse a person. Out of many options and alternatives, he has to make a choice. Only a judicious choice makes us reach our destination. Most of the people choose the least risky and oft-trodden ways of life because they don't want to take any risk. Only a few persons like the poet dare to choose a different path of life because they are bold enough to face risks and challenges in life. One has to make a choice. His success or failure in life depends on his choice only. The poet chose a different path. Popular fame and fortune are sacrificed in favor of art, literature, and poetry. Nobody knows what he would have gained had he followed the least risky path and the safe path of life. Okay, then according to this chapter, there's also a question that which path would you have chosen? You would prefer choosing the risky track, or you would prefer choosing the safe track? Here, this question is subjective. It depends on you children. After reading the whole poem and understanding, it's your choice whether you would like to walk on the which track of life, which would be your choice. So, whichsoever way you write, you have to give appropriate justifications for that. Okay, children? With this, we finish with the question answers of the chapter, and tomorrow we shall start with the new chapter. Fine? Goodbye, children. Take care.